Hello, welcome to Coco's Christina's channel where I like to watch, react, and do a lot of yapping. So, as the five people who watched my first two videos, Cat's Eye, Gnarly, and Tate McRae, I am a former collegiate dancer. I love performers, so I love heavy performance artists like Beyonce, BTS, Meg at Coachella did that. And I just love watching different choreographies or music videos from those performers, hoping to see choreography. So I have a very exciting one today. I'm gonna do my first ever dance practice, and it's actually going to be Mark from NCT, because I have really liked 1999. I did not listen to the whole album. I think it's called Fruit First. Okay, I don't know what it's called. It starts with the F. His album title, but I have been hearing a lot about 1999. I have a friend who also really likes watching NCT choreography. And so I wanted to take some time to react to his choreography video. The first time I reacted to a choreography video, just to level set with y'all. I danced all through college and then some, but I have not danced in a while, so my terminology is probably very poor. Like the teachers would definitely slap the wrist. But I still love watching dance performances. I don't know who choreographed this. I will say I have some choreographers I really, really like in K-pop. I have some choreographers I'm okay with, and I have some that I'm like, I never want to see your name on choreography again because it usually misses for me. But let's go and let's see if this video ever gets up because these reaction channel people do not tell you how hard it is to actually upload your video without like copyright and stuff. I think they must be whitelisted by the companies because they have bigger channel. But it takes me about 3-4 days to get anything up, which is so disappointing. Um, but let's get started. Oh, sorry, Mark, having a difficult intro there. Oh, The First Fruit is what his album is called. Okay, let's get started. And that intro just alone, there's so much. I also used to play the viola for about 12 years. I stopped when I got to college, but the orchestral movement, there's so much going on between the different dancers, but they really landed nicely on that first beat to drop down slowly and to kind of frame up Mark. I think in an actual physical performance, they could do that very vibrantly, to really kind of shadow him. And then, boom, that spotlight hits him in the middle, and we get started. One, I will say they're using their formations really, really well. So they took that transitioning period where they were like boom, 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 that 99, 99, and they really used it to go from a center line out into a nice, and you can't see it because it's backwards, but a center line out into a nice triangle with him in the center. So I think the background dancers, sometimes they just put background dancers there and they're almost like a waste of space. Like they're doing exactly the same thing as the K-pop idols and not really proving a point. And I think this one they're really using as extensions of market his whole performance, and I love that because the formations are really doing what they need to do with these background dancers. Love it, love it, love it. And I'm seeing a lot of, once again, my terminology is so shot. But I'm seeing a lot of like pop, lock, those type of elements of street dancing, which I do like. I think his arms a little bit softer than some of the dancers who probably specialize in this movement a little bit more. So I would say that. once again, y'all, I'm not trying to say anything negative about any kind of dancing. I think Mark is a great dancer, but it's definite his arms are a little bit soft when he hits some of his movements compared to the background dancers. But loving it. I'm gonna stop again. Once again, we have great framing of the dancer throughout. They're really using those traditional moments. Two, now we have the camera start moving. I won't lie, I hate when cameras move during dance practices. And my only other thing that I would point out is I do think that this is clearly a dance practice where Mark is going to be singing live. Um, but it's interesting that he doesn't like put his hand up to, or maybe he will be wearing a head mic, but he doesn't put his hand up to really show that he's singing that part live. So sometimes it looks like he's kind of marking those sections. But I know when this performs live, those are to be the moments that he's singing throughout. Well, once again, love the choreography. I think I stopped too much, but let's keep it moving. I'm so sorry, because I know I'm supposed to be watching Mark in his performance, which most reactors do really watch the lead performer and how they're performing. But I'm sorry, these background dancers are killing it. They are hitting their marks. They're using their transitions. They're really framing him up as an artist. And whoever choreographed this really understood the. We're here to watch a show. We're not here just to watch one person singing, but they are using their body so well to frame them up as an artist. I love that. And like I said, there is a lot of like street, I don't, once again, my terminology is shot, but pop locking aspects to it that I do really like. It does really make it quite catchy. Another pause, but the little Michael Jackson leg kick. When I tell you the way these K-pop choreographers love a Michael Jackson head, usually with a hat, little flick of the foot, they love that. Love it. You see it so often. I mean, clearly we saw it so much during BTS's Dynamite era, but you see that kind of stuff so often. I love, to take back to those past great performers, but they were always landing on this. Also, I do not. Is this? I don't want to look like a game member, but I have no idea what hand sides he's played during '99. Is it a 9/9? Somebody have to explain that to me. born to be. Let me show you what I'm born to be. That last spot, I love that choreography. I love that choreography. I like the 99.99 choreography. I really like the let me show you what it's going to be choreography. I really like this choreographer. I'm going to have to look into see what other things and what other stuff they've done because I think they're doing a great job. Let's bring it back. Not the fan kick. Not the fan kick. Okay, you better. Not the fan kick. Even in the last moment, even in the last moment, they had a front row, back row. Did a front row did the kick out, did the back row did, and I love that. Once again, whoever just did the choreography really fully thought about the full scene. I will say I think that the background dancers kind of stole the moment from me a lot of times throughout this performance. But once again, it's just a dance practice. I What an enjoyable piece of choreography from Mark. And I might have to listen to the first fruit, but the fruitful. I love the MJ styling, the street styling of it all. It was great. I'll watch it again. Highly recommend to any of the dancers or anybody looking to. Let's be real. If you used to choreograph a little bit and you needed to take some, not plagiarism, but if you need formation ideas like dance practices, especially K-pop dance practices, you can find so many formation ideas of just how to move the bodies across the stage, which sometimes is the hardest part of finishing up your choreography. But great, loved it, would recommend it. If you liked my yapping, because it's truly yapping during these first time watches, please subscribe. I want to do some more dance practices. I had a good time. I need to understand who choreographed this because they are bomb. They did that thing. Adios and adieu.